Welcome back, everyone. So I'm out here checking out a new trail today. I'm on the Potawatomi Trail in southeastern Michigan. So this one's going to be a 17.5 mile trip. I plan on doing this in an overnighter, and tonight I'll be getting about 7.5 miles done, get to Blind Lake. I got a campsite right on the lake, which I'm looking forward to. And then tomorrow I'm gonna hike the remaining 10 miles back out to the trailhead. Really looking forward to getting out and trying out a new place. I think the last time I was at a new trail was August when I went down to Red River Gorge. So we're gonna try a solo overnight backpacking trip, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's get some miles going. So as you can tell, I am completely decked out in orange attire right now, and that's because it is hunting season here in Michigan right now, and they are allowed to legally hunt in the area I'm backpacking tonight. So I did get decked out in all orange gear, make sure I stick out like a sore thumb. I actually spoke with a hunter on the trail just a couple minutes ago, and he said pretty much everybody he's seen out on the trail so far, nobody is wearing any bright colors, anything reflective or anything that is gonna kind of make them stick out in the woods. So for anybody that's out there, you know, looking to go backpacking, even hiking for that matter, in late fall, early winter, make sure you do your research on where you're going and seeing if hunting actually is legal there. I think, at least for Michigan, quite a few areas they are allowed to hunt in areas that backpackers and hikers might be. So make sure you take the proper precautions. Wear something really bright, maybe reflective, something yellow, orange, so that you don't put yourself in any dangerous situation. Pro tip. So question for anybody who does solo backpacking. Do you notice you feel worried about forgetting something more when you're backpacking alone compared to when you're backpacking with the group? For me, this is like, I think my second true solo backpacking trip. I've done quite a few solo hikes and meet up with people at camp, but this is only my second one where I'm doing the whole thing solo. And I noticed not only when I was leaving my house, but when I was actually leaving the trailhead, both times I was super worried that I was forgetting something. I think I got everything packed. I did forget to lock my car, but I went back and caught that. I'm curious, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. It's crazy how fast your body cools down when you stop hiking when it's getting cold outside. I stopped for just a couple minutes to get a drink of water, and my hands, my body were were absolutely freezing, and I only stopped for just a couple minutes. I've been hiking again for a little bit here, so I've started to warm up, but man, it's crazy how fast you can get cold. Just another reason why it's really important that you make sure to layer properly. You don't want to get wet, you don't want to get sweaty, and then cool down and find yourself in a hypothermic situation. So for tonight, the area that I'm backpacking in, they don't provide firewood, so I did pick up an axe on my way up at Cabela's that I'm going to try out. I'm kind of looking forward to it. It's not something we usually bring on a backpacking trip. Usually we'll either just break logs in between a couple trees, or we've used saws in the past. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to pick up a hatchet and see how this one works out. I'll put the brand and model in the video. I'm not sure off the top of my head what I picked up, but I think it feels pretty solid. It is a little bit heavy. Definitely would not consider it an ultralight hatchet. I think it's probably about 2 pounds, so we'll see how it goes. I snagged that because I need to make sure that I get enough wood processed here to keep me warm throughout the night. With temperatures getting down into the 20s, I want to make sure I'm warm until I call it a night. So I'm not sure what those are about. I've seen 2 tires now kind of folded over each other sitting on a dead branch or limb off of a tree. I'm not sure if maybe they were put there for somebody to sit on for hunting or what's going on, but it's kind of peculiar, and I've seen 2 of them so far. All right, well, I'm gonna try and bust out this last little bit here and get to camp, and I'll check back in soon. You guys hear that? I swear that bird is just laughing at me right now. Alright, well, looks like I just made it to Blind Lake. I think it's actually back there behind me in the woods a little bit, but I just got to the campground here. The bathrooms are right behind me there. So I'm gonna find my site. I should be actually right next to the lake, which I can see right over here. So I'm gonna see if I can find my spot and get set up. I'm also gonna see if they have water here. So there's 9 and 10. I might have actually heard somebody here. I heard some logs moving around earlier, so there might actually be another person here with me, but well, I'm gonna go find this site real quick, and I bet you it's right there. So let's get everything set up. Alright, so not sure if you can see me. Hopefully the red light doesn't dim it out too much, but just found the water. Got a nice pump back there, it works like a charm. So shouldn't be an issue tonight getting water, which is good news for me. So I'm gonna head back to camp here, get all of my gear set up, get my inflatables and sleeping bag in there, get some firewood, and then I think I'm gonna try and get a fire going and maybe have some dinner here soon. So I will check back in a little bit. about 6:30, and I got my fire going back there. I swear that I actually started it without a lighter. I don't know if I ended up getting it on video or not. I swear I hit the record button, but I don't think I recorded it. So it took me about 30 minutes. I used a ferro rod and my small knife to get it going, but eventually it worked. For anybody that's trying to do it themselves, highly recommend doing your prep work. If you prep it out and focus on getting everything prepared and ready to go, it'll go much smoother than trying to rush through it and get it started. So I think that's only like the second fire that I've actually started without a lighter, so kind of cool. But again, got my fire going, 6:30, so I think I'm gonna fire up dinner and enjoy the view by the lake. Well, we're gonna let the chili mac and beef here rest for about 8 minutes, start again, and then I think we're ready for some dinner. I am absolutely starving. Usually when I backpack, I'm not really that hungry, but today I didn't really eat much because I was really looking forward to having this dinner. All right, ooh, this smells good. Probably gonna burn my face off right here. Oh my gosh. Not too hot either. Man, that is delicious. Oh my gosh. All right, well, I'm gonna kick back, finish this this meal here. I might need to go get some more firewood. I've been pillaging the other campsites since nobody's at them. There's been a lot of unused firewood or firewood left over at the fire rings, so that's really helped me out. I haven't had to go foraging too much because I've looked around here and the ground floor out here is pretty bare. There's not much good firewood out here, so thankfully I've been able to find a couple big logs around some of the other campsites, and I might have to go back out and check for some more, so we'll see. But yeah, cheers. Man. Good morning, everyone. Whew, it is getting chilly out here. Last night wasn't too bad. I probably had to wake up multiple times throughout the night to kind of toss and turn. Spots would get a little bit cold, but it wasn't too bad. I stayed relatively warm. I didn't have to use the down coat at all last night, so not too bad night of sleep. But man, I woke up this morning and it is freezing. So I quickly got camp pretty much packed up, making some coffee real quick, and then I'm gonna hit the trail and knock out this 10-mile section. Looking forward to hitting the rest of the trail and seeing what it has in store for me. So I'll check back in soon. So I definitely need to invest in a windscreen. All the wind coming off this lake, the flame from the stove was barely even hitting the bottom of the cup. It took about 10 minutes just to get even see bubbles in the bottom of this thing, so we'll see about that. I'm back on the trail this morning. I just got done refilling my water back at the water pump at camp, and I'm on my way. I have a feeling today I'm going to be competing with quite a few mountain bikers for the trail. I had about 9 or 10 stroll through when I was at camp, and then another 2 since I've been hiking. So hopefully I don't get slowed down too much, but looking forward to the hike. Again, probably about 10.5 miles out, I believe, so it shouldn't be too bad. So my thoughts so far on the Potawatomi Trail. In terms of the conditions and the trail itself, it's in great shape. It's not overgrown at all, very well marked. There are a couple trails that go off of this trail, so it is possible you may accidentally find yourself going on one of those if you're not paying attention, but in general they've done a great job marking them. Now, one of the complaints I do have is it's extremely busy out here. Right now with hunting season going on, there's hunters out here. There are an absolute ton of mountain bikers. I've probably seen maybe 30 today so far already. And for the most part, a lot of them have been great with letting me know they're coming from behind me, but I just had one. I was going downhill, didn't say anything, and I just heard him at the last second and kind of got spooked and moved out of the way and still didn't even say anything. So for the most part, they've been fine. Actually been really good calling themselves out, but it is a very busy trail, especially on a decent weekend. I imagine in the summertime, it's probably even busier. The campgrounds are pretty decent as well. They are like fully decked out campgrounds, at least the one that I stayed at Blind Lake. It had a water pump, had a bathroom, fire pits, picnic tables. They had pretty much everything, which was nice. Now the campsite I stayed at was rather small, and some of the other ones might be as well. But in general, it was a pretty decent campsite. All in all, I'd recommend coming to this place. I think it's a perfect place for like a weekend or an overnight backpacking trip at between 17, 18 miles. Distance isn't too difficult. It's got some really nice sights to see with all the lakes around here. Probably great for fishing. And the trail itself, it's got some hills, but nothing too difficult. So this one isn't gonna stress you out too much, and I've been pretty pleased with it so far. So overall, I gotta say, I think I've enjoyed this solo backpacking trip more than the first solo backpacking trip I did earlier this year. I think I'm just getting used to the solitude and being alone out here. It wasn't too bad at all. It did help that I got to camp pretty late last night. It was already dark, and by that time I had to spend about an hour and a half, getting my camp set up, getting a fire going, and getting dinner ready. So that was kind of nice. I think probably the biggest pitfall I do have with solo backpacking is that downtime around camp. If you're to get to camp at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that's a lot of time just sitting around. So I think probably in the future, I'll just plan on hiking a little bit more throughout the day so that I don't have as much downtime around camp. But I do plan on doing some more solo backpacking trips, really starting to get in the hang of this, and overall it's been fun. Well, it's just a little bit after 12 o'clock, and I have about 3 miles left of the hike. Overall, today's been pretty good. Not too hot, not too cold. I have pretty much all my layers on besides my down jacket, and I've been comfortable throughout the trip. So pretty awesome trip so far. I'm really glad that I got to get out somewhere new, somewhere that I haven't been before, and check out some new trails. So I do plan on coming back out here probably next year sometime. There's actually the Waterloo Pinckney Trail, which I think I said was like 30 to 35 miles, but I saw a sign earlier that said it was 45, so might be a great candidate for a 3-day backpacking trip later on. So have to check that one out. Well, if I'm gonna get these 3 miles done, I'm gonna have to put the camera away. I've had to stop quite a bit to switch out the batteries. Cold weather is just doing carnage to my batteries, so I'm gonna put it away for a little bit and see if I can get some miles done. So catch you guys later. All right, well, as you can see, I got Silver Lake here in the background, and I just got to the trailhead. Today's hike is done. Overall, had a pretty good backpacking trip. It was a fun weekend. Definitely plan on coming back. I'm not sure if I'd come back in the spring or the summer. I worry that it might be even busier then. So late fall, early winter, if the campsites are open, is what fits for me personally. So overall, had a fun time though. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.